So there guys, welcome back to Shadowrun Dragonfall. Here we are back in our base after the tragic demise of Paul Amsel. Oops. Our dudes have leveled up. Let's take care of our dudes leveling up and then we shall crack on with exploring the place. Let's start with Blitz. Advancement for level 6. Pain suppression. Attacks on his physical body reduced. He doesn't... Usually when he jacks into the Matrix, we don't actually see his physical body anywhere, so that's a bit weird. I guess he was in the cafe the last time we had him in the Matrix. Maybe that's a hint of something that's going to happen. Integrated tactical computer marks weak points in the opponent's armor. Blitz mark target ability now reduces the target's armor by 2. Tricky. This one seems like it'll be very useful if the circumstance arises where we have Blitz around and he's not with us. But if that doesn't happen, then this is absolutely worthless. So I'm going to go for it anyway, just in case. Because if we don't take it and then he gets fucked, we're going to be really upset. Does that lock that in? Yeah, good. Glory, combat medic. What's she got then? Gain an upgraded Bumona kit. Gain a Ruger Super Warhawk. Don't need the Warhawk, because she's close combat anyway. So that's neither here nor there, so I guess... Bloke has a Bumona Platinum Trauma kit on each mission, which brings back down character 100 HP. I mean, we might as well, because if we're starting to get towards the end game, I think going down is something that might happen. So that could be useful, actually. Dietrich. You got some stuff. Dragon Slayer's Wrath. Oh, that's pretty good. Or Dragon Slayer's Shield. Oh, so this one replaces the actual shield with a damage effect, whereas this upgrades the shield. I feel like upgrading the shield is probably the way we want to go for that. And Iger, who did not get much in terms of points. Tactical reload. Iger gains ability that reloads all of her equipped weapons for 0 EP, 7 turn cooldown. Could be good. Could be good. Iger gains ability that can target 2 enemies in 1 action. 1 AP, 3 turn cooldown. I like the tactical reload. I feel like that could be pretty handy. Okay. Oop, click cancel because I'm a noob. There we go. Everyone's leveled up. Fucking sweet. How do I... There you go. What about us? What about us? We have 9 karma to spend. Quickness could be good. Body. Body could be good. We should probably up our body. We've got ranged combat skills. Rifle is something we could upgrade. Dodge, something that could upgrade. I feel like body. Let's up the body, get some HP. Right, okay. Let's carry on in that case, now that that's done. I don't need to go to my stash, I don't know what I'm doing there. Mission computer. Have I got any side quests active? No, okay. Okay, let's see what's going on then. The cool blue tones of the workstation's main menu fill the screen. A blinking message in the upper right corner notifies you that you have 0 unread messages. Should we check the BBS? Here we go. Shattered Nest under siege. All-out wars broken out between the Bram block and several mercenary groups. Not sure who started it, not sure if it matters. If I were you, I'd stay the hell away until they finish killing each other. I knew that place was a powder keg, but this is a bit much. Has anyone made it out of there safely? Streets aren't safe at the moment. If people aren't out already, they better have some food and water stockpiled. The Shockvalon writer posted something about the Lobachevsky, but I haven't been able to find any evidence to corroborate that. Like Jazz claims, it's just the Rambok defending their turf against his free agents. Selling used custom Westwind 2000. Good condition, clean. Got the turbocharged kit, additional armor plating added to the front and sides. Trunk has a mounted Ares autocannon, but you'll need a rigger to operate it. No hand access. Looking for 80,000 New Yen or best offer. Cool. Nice car. Wouldn't happen to be any call looking for it at the moment, eh? Has the PPS been triggered? All clear on that front. Nobody drove this baby but me, and I don't wreck cars. The autocannon dropped the last sucker who tried to do any damage. Very nice. Very nice indeed. We've got anything we can post? No. Okay. Right. Read the contents of Alice's optical chip. You slot the optical chip into the computer's waiting chip jack. On the screen, Alice's office blossoms into view. A half-second later, a real-time simulation of Alice appears, seated behind her mahogany desk. Something about it reminds you of a figure from a wax museum, lifelike but dead inside. It greets you with a facsimile of Alice's joyless smile. Customer name, Slick. Its voice is hollow, synthetic, an automaton. Automaton? There you go, I got there. An automaton masquerading as a living woman, one who you've never even met in the flesh. Account number 1012579. Greetings, valued customer. I am an offline simulacrum of the Alice persona. I have been included on this chip to answer any questions that you might have about your information purchase. Nifty piece of tech. Not now, Blitz. If you are ready to proceed, I will present Alice's findings. You may interrupt this presentation at any point by saying, Alice, I have a question. Brilliant. There's no way. It's literally, that's going to be the only thing that triggers it, isn't it? I guess. Let's do it. Very well. Commencing presentation. The simulacrum goes rigid for a moment, then seems to relax. When it speaks, it sounds more natural, as though the real Alice is speaking through it. Alright, what was it? Alice's voice? I can't remember. Alright, Slick, I've got good news for you, and I've got bad news. Let's start with the good news. I've found Vauclair, and he's alive. Thank God. The trail to your missing doctor was a long and slippery one. The fee that you paid me barely covered my costs for the job. I sent a team into the Sox on a fact-finding mission. I bribed government officials. I greased the palms of wage slaves at Megacore all across Europe. Each step I took eliminated possibilities, drew me a little bit closer, and finally I found the place where Vauclair has been held. The simulacrum makes a sweeping gesture with its right hand, and an image switchblades onto the screen. A grainy overhead photograph annotated with map coordinates. You recognise it immediately. I knew it was going to be the fucking Harfeld Manor. Suck my dick. It's so fucking obvious. Shit. This is where you'll find him. He is being held captive at a remote estate called the Harfeld Manor. You've got to be kidding me. He was there the whole time? Chloe says nothing. She just studies the photograph and nods. Okay, nobody tell me. I get it. This is something else that I missed. Alice, I have a question. The simulacrum hitches again. You can feel the life drain out of it. It looks up at you robotically. You have a question. All right, please make your inquiry now. What evidence? One of my assets, a Transys Neuronet, provided me with a video feed dated 10/10/2053. The feed was taken by a corporate surveillance drone. Playback commencing. The screen is filled with a grainy black and white video feed. You recognise the Harfeld Manor photograph from high above. The camera pushes in and the image sharpens. Through a barred ground-level window, you can see the shape of a stooped, emaciated figure. His body shows clear signs of neglect. The figure is unmistakable. It's Vauclair, 20 years older and worse for wear. His skin hangs loose on his bones and his cheeks are hollow. There's a distinctly grey pallor to his skin. That's Vauclair, all right. What's left of him, anyway. It doesn't look like they've been feeding him much. He shakes his head. Poor bastard. Another figure steps into the frame behind Vauclair, an orc. He turns his head slightly and his skin grafts catch the light. Vauclair slowly turns to face Audrey and the video feed cuts out. The simulacrum stares at you impassively. Do you have another question? What else did you tell me about the half-elf manor? Seismological data and thermal imaging confirm the existence of a large hollow chamber under the estate. It is my suspicion that Dr. Vauclair has been held somewhere within this substructure. If Fishwing has kept Vauclair trapped there for almost 20 years, she's got to have a reason for it. It takes effort and resources to lock a man away for that amount of time. So what's her endgame in all of this? Why not just kill him and be done with it? Malice, revenge, who knows? Remember, this was the man who shot her down. He sent her crashing into a radioactive wasteland. If somebody did that to me, I'd want to hurt him too, and I'd make it last. I think it goes deeper than that. According to Winter's DVD, Vauclair designed the experimental weapon that shot her down, and that weapon split her body from her essence. Chloe glances down at her own steel and chrome arms and suppresses a shudder. If I had to guess, I'd say that she's trying to make him fix whatever he did to her. That's what makes sense to me. Yes. Good classic trope. That I like it. I like it a lot. There's a moment of silence as the group processes Gloria's suggestion. Before anyone can speak, the simulacrum cuts back in. Do you have another question? No thanks, Alexa. Let's continue. Man, I just paused there in panic in case my actual one triggered, but it didn't. Gotta be careful saying that name. Okay. Very well. Feel free to interrupt the game with any future inquiries. The simulacrum pauses, and a brief tremor washes over its body. Its eyes flutter, and you can hear the sound of your computer working to process more of the chip's data. Iger turns to address the team. If Vauclair's at Harfeld, we got problems. The last time we broke into that place, they took Monica out. It was a miracle that any of you got out alive. Yeah, but now we know what's down there. This time we'll be prepared for it. We can handle this. Iger shakes her head. No, it'll be even worse this time. The first time we went in, we had the element of surprise on our side. But now they'll be expecting us. They're hunting us, remember? The security team is going to be waiting for us, Dietrich. That Origin bastard is going to be waiting for us. And even if we make it past them, we're going to have to deal with the dragon in that basement. Well, what else can we do? Cut and run? The last time I checked, that wasn't an option either. Even if it were, I wouldn't take it. I'm not running from this. Not after what they did here tonight. No guts, no glory. Cut and run. I think the phrase is slot and run, not cut and run. That's a bit of an oversight there. None of us are glory, but Iger's right. We can't go and charge it, not without some kind of edge. We need something. Simulacrum jerks back to life. It resumes speaking, blissfully unaware of the conversation that it's cutting off. And now, Slig, on to the bad news. You know where Vauclair is, but rescuing him will not be possible. Alice, I have a question. He continues without waiting for a response. Why the hell not? In the course of my investigation, I encountered something terrifying in the Matrix. It was fast, cunning, and very definitely intelligent. I'm convinced that I only escaped because it let me go. It could have killed me in a heartbeat if it wanted to. The thing that I met is protecting the Harfeld Manor, and it's going after anyone who gets too close to what's happening there. Alice, what did you see in there? What is going after these people? By way of explanation, I would like you to read the following document. The simulacrum makes another sweeping gesture, and the menu slides back onto the screen. This time, it is filled with text. What you're looking at is an archive forum discussion from the early days of the Shadowrun BBS. Blitz stares at the text on screen. It isn't kidding, Chief. This discussion is dated back to 2036. That's ancient history in the decking community. It probably isn't even correct to call these guys deckers. Hackers would be the more appropriate term. When you're finished reading it over, say, Alice, I'm done, and we can continue. Read it. We're just going to read it. As you begin to read it, the text slowly begins to scroll up from the bottom of the screen. You will hear about the SK team that got crisped a few hours ago. A whole lab's worth of research is all burned and broken beyond recognition. Ugly stuff. At this point, who hasn't? Power spike, going right for their data jacks like a bolt of light into the brain. A 1 in a million accident is what they're saying. Do you believe that? Got a more plausible explanation? Yeah, actually, it was a clean-up operation. Colour me intrigued. What were they cleaning up? A secret project that Low Fire didn't want anything to do with. You might have heard rumours about it. The project name was Apex. Wow, that goes back a while then. Lo-Fi is one of the other dragons. He's the dragon who runs Shadowrun, which is SK when they abbreviate it. I assume you guys know the lore. If you've watched 50 fucking episodes of Shadowrun, you must have a clue what's going on. If you haven't, then fucking hell, well done. And you've lost me. Apex, Clockwork, seriously, that old line of dreck. It's only you jokers, Apex is real. Or at least it was until the whizworm pulled the plug. Come on, Clockwork, we're still decades away from seeing a fully functional AI, you know that. Those Apex stories they've been floating around, they're just some conspiracy nuts wet dream. Fine, keep your heads in the sand, some of us know the truth when we read it. Okay, Clockwork, I'll humour you, but riddle me this. If Lo-Fi had an armed and operational AI in his claws, why kill it? You remember what happened to most of Echo Mirage? The crash virus killed them, fried their brains, but I don't see what that has to do with anything. With the commercial release of the CDT-1000, some security firms are working on counter-intrusion software that could do the same thing. Black Ice. You can look it up if you don't believe me. Whoa, scary stuff, man. Well, the goal of the Apex project was even scarier. Ice waits for you to come to it. Apex wouldn't be bound by those restrictions. It could go out hunting, hit its targets when they least expect it. That's why they called it Apex. It was designed to be the apex predator of the digital world. Wow. So a digital security program that actually hunts you down rather than just... in other words, it protect, but it also attack. Oh, shit. And so rather than using it to his advantage, Lo-Fi decided to kill it in the cradle. The Wizworm's no fool. Some things are too dangerous to play around with. How would you put that genie back in the bottle if it ever slipped out of your control? Answer, you couldn't. And then it would take over the world! Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, this one has officially gone off the rails. I'm closing it down for the good of mankind. Fucking mods, man. God damn it. Alice, I'm done. The simulacrum jerks back to life, then settles into a neutral pose. There are no official records in the Shadowrun database to support the existence of the Apex project, but the thing that I encountered was Apex. Of that I'm certain. Just as I'm certain that Apex was responsible for the deaths of Monica Schaefer, Green Winters, Clockwork, Peregrine, and a score of other deckers over the last 16 years. Wow, they got to Clockwork. No way. Shit. Poor Clock. Sad times. Rip. Everyone press F for Clock. Blitz raised his hand. Hold up, Alice, I have a question. I thought they said that Lo-Fi killed Apex. They speculated as much, yes. They were wrong on that count. I do believe that Shadowrun was developing Apex as a tool for Matrix warfare. I almost said welfare. I'm also convinced that the IT personnel who were killed were the Apex development team. I don't think that Lo-Fi was responsible for their deaths. Apex killed them. That would be my guess, yes. In the turmoil surrounding Lo-Fi's buyout of Shadowrun, a number of projects went missing. I believe that Apex was appropriated by a member of Fishwingy's organisation at this point. It was then unleashed on its own development team to silence them. Since then, it has provided information control for the Firewing. I bet AI would explain how Fishwingy has managed to maintain a conspiracy and avoid detection for the past 2 decades. Anytime anyone gets close, the AI takes them out and scrubs the record clean. So there's your bad news, Slick. Vauclair is being held at the Harfeld Manor, but knowing that does you no good because you can't approach the place. I doubt that you could open the door without Apex frying you. We did last time. They were trying to protect their secret. Like Audrey said, if we hadn't gone down to the basement, they'd have let us go. Apex didn't react to us until Monica attempted to force the door to the basement. And now the cat's out of the bag, they have no reason not to pull out the big guns on sight. Dietrich grimaces. You're right, we can't go back while Apex is still in place. The room falls into silence. Finally, Iger turns to you. What's the play, Slick? We've got to take Apex out then, haven't we? That's the fucking plan. We've got to get in the Matrix, kill Apex, and then we can go to the Harfeld Manor. Fucking A, boss, I'm in. Did you hear that, Alice? Do you have any suggestions? Simulacrum hitches again. The pause stretches. Finally, it comes back to life. The AI has a kill switch, but Alice deemed any additional contact with Apex to be an unjustifiable risk. Attempting to reach the kill switch would be inadvisable. Yeah, I'll be the judge of that. Alice, tell us about Apex's kill switch. The simulacrum stares at you with dead eyes. Thanks to my close encounter with the AI, I was able to run a trace on it. Through this trace, I discovered the physical address of a backdoor access point for Apex's programming. An old Seda Group research lab, long since abandoned and fallen into disrepair. The facility is now hotly contested gang territory. I have also determined that security for the AI exists somewhere in the basement of this facility. I'll provide you with a physical address. Beep boop boop boop. I don't like the smell of this, Chief. It's said that Apex let Alice escape. He turns to address the simulacrum on the screen. Yo, Alice, why would a Matrix Warfare AI allow you to run a trace on it? It stares straight ahead. Its eyes are dead. I'm afraid that the answer to that question falls outside of the scope of my written parameters. The simulacrum stutters one final time, then looks up at you with an apologetic smile. You have now reached the end of this presentation. I have been encoded with a final message from Alice to Slick. Playback commencing. The simulacrum's eyes go wide and life floods back into it. It stares directly at you. Slick, if you didn't hear me before, listen to me now. Drop this. Stop going after Vauclair. Get out of Berlin and stay out of the Matrix. I'm telling you this for your own good. That's all I have to say. I'm following my own advice. I'm out. Don't try to contact me again. Simulacrum reverts to its idle state, slumping like a puppet with its strings cut. Its eyes glaze over and its face goes slack. Then the screen cuts to black. Oh, jeez. Intense. So the Dragon has a killer AI in charge of security. I can't say I'm surprised, but then nothing surprises me anymore. We know what killed Monica. We have a name for it, and we know how to kill it. That's good enough for me. We know what we have to do. We can either stand around talking about it, or we can go do it. It's obviously a trap, though. I mean, is everyone okay? As long as everyone's on board, fully aware that this is totes a trap, okay? We go and take out Apex. It's a trap. We deal with it. Then we go to the Halford Manor. That's also a trap. Okay? Yeah. We shut down Apex, re-enter the estate, and rescue Vauclair. Sounds like a plan, boss. I still say that all of this is crazy talk, Chief. Taking down an AI isn't just a bad idea, it's suicide. So my vote is to slot and run. Blitz surveys the rest of the group, sees the determination in their faces. Finally, he sighs. But if you're really doing this, you'll want the best decker you can find along for the ride, and I guess that nominates me. Woo. Alice said that the kill switch is located in some old escape facility. Assuming that the site was shut down sometime after the Apex project disappeared, it could have stood empty for years, maybe decades. She also said that building was in gang territory now. I wonder if it would be anything like Das Kessel House was. God, I hope not. There's only one way to find out. Let's get prepped. The thing isn't going to kill itself. If only it would. Blitz glances at you. The worry is painted all over his face. I can't believe I'm saying this, but you better bring me along. You try going up against an AI with a Nova Hot Decker at your side, and you're probably going to regret it. Oh, without a Nova Hot Decker. Iga begins her weapons check. Improvise, adapt, overcome. Whatever's there, we'll deal with it. First, we find our way into the basement. She peers through the scope and her sniper rifle, and then we kill the AI that killed Monica. Damn right. The team breaks to begin gearing up. As she slides a shell into her shotgun, Aga catches your eye. You did good out there, defending the cruise bazaar. You've had our backs the entire way. Make good decisions. We're gonna hug now. In this job, we work together or die alone. Aga scowls at the floor, nods. True, you're right, again. Anyway, poor old Sharon's losing his voice. Anyway, we should get back to it. We've got an AI to take out after all. She pauses for a moment, frowning. Slick, do me a favour and keep your eyes open on this one. We're walking into the unknown here. Makes me a little uneasy. Don't worry, Aga. I've got your back. She smiles, claps you on the shoulder. I know you do, and I've got yours. You've more than earned it. It's okay, Aga. You can be my wingman anytime. I really want to say stop it, you're making my mascara wrong. But she doesn't like the humour, does she? The last time we made a joke, she was most upset about it. You too, Iga. Without another word, the troll slides her shotgun into the sheath on her back and turns to continue her pre-mission checklist. Oh, man. That was Pretty intense, guys. Pretty intense. The fuck do we do now? I guess we could talk to people. Can we still do some side missions? What's that timer like? We're over time. We're over time for the episode, so we're gonna have to call it there. I feel like there's side missions we haven't done. I got an achievement for doing Glory's backstory, but I don't think I got one for doing Blitz's or Iger's, and I don't know if that's because we did something wrong or because there's more to it. So there may still be some side quests. So next episode we'll have a quick chat with the crew and see what's going on, get the full skinny. And if no side quests pop up, then we'll go do the Apex mission. But obviously if there's more side quests, we'll do those. Let's make a save as well, while I remember. That one. Holy crap, this game's good. This game's really good. I like it a lot. I'm really looking forward to checking out Shadowrun Hong Kong after this as well. And I'm really hoping, we've got a bit of time at the end of the video if you've watched this far. Now that they've started making sort of Shadowrun-esque stuff on Netflix, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, there was a film called Bright, which I haven't watched because it looked really fucking bad. And there's something else called Altered Carbon, which I haven't watched, but that looks a little bit more interesting. And it's got that kind of cyberpunk vibe to both of these things. So maybe, just maybe, at some point we can get a Shadowrun movie or series. That would be fucking amazing. I would be all over that shit because I love Shadowrun. And I don't know any bugger that plays it. I have plenty of friends that play role-playing games, but none of them play Shadowrun, which is really sad. But I will give a quick shout out. There is a couple of Shadowrun games I watch on YouTube. Scribbler's Rest. They have a Shadowrun game that's running. It's been running for a couple of years. It's pretty good. I like it a lot. It doesn't get many views. It's criminally underwatched. So if you like Shadowrun, go check them out playing their Shadowrun game. And then I've also been watching the one on Hyper RPG, which is much bigger. I'm sure people have heard of a Hyper RPG. They've got a Shadowrun campaign going, which is pretty good as well. I've been watching that. Man, it's good stuff. So yeah, check out Scribbler's Rest. Check out Hyper RPG. And I'm gonna leave it there and see you guys next time. Bye bye.